Every Catholic school is a miracle because we do so much with what may seem to be very little. When our Lord in the Gospel talks about the mustard seed, we plant that mustard seed in the ground with great faith, and it is amazing to see what can happen even with that little faith. And in any Catholic school, we have parents who are intimately involved in every aspect of the educational life of their children. The faculty and staff all make great sacrifices to continue to be here and support us. They all wear lots of different hats. And it is a testament to the fact that Catholic schools are very much an act of faith. They're an act of faith in the future. And what that means is that there are certain aspects of the life of the school where we go out on faith in order to provide what is best for our children.
Yeah, so this Russell and Tiffany Antisi, we have 3 children, 5th grade, 3rd grade, and K4.
Second grade.
2nd grade. Can we start over?
Dad's like, do we go to this school?
Great start.
Yeah.
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 So good.
Yeah. So now you go.
Okay. I think the community, when we first came here, we felt like it was like a family. That's what made us choose this school over the other schools, was that it was more like, when we left, we were like, yeah, this is more us. That was like
It just
how
felt
we
like
felt.
the perfect fit.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like more home, family friendly. Our kids have learned most of their lessons on kindness and empathy and all of those types of things. And just like everyday life with their friends. Being a friend, caring for them, being compassionate. I mean, we can teach them those things at home, but if they don't live it, then it's just better to do it here, I think. Something that we didn't expect to see at this school was how accepting all of the kids in his class were of our son Cooper. He has like some physical limitations, and so he can't run as fast as other kids and he can't climb stairs as fast as other kids, but the way that his friends in his class have like accepted him for who he is and like pick up the slack where he can't do so much is just like so incredible.
I wasn't raised as a Catholic, and I'm actually a product of Greenville County Public Schools, and I received a lot of good from them. But in my experience in Catholic education, I realized that commitment to truth and to excellence is something where the voice of the faith is not just one among many, but is the driving force of everything that we do in the school. So here at Prince of Peace, because we take children and we initiate them into this beautiful environment in which truth, goodness, and beauty are the driving factors, it far exceeds anything that I could have received from my own education, and I'd like to be able to give that to as many generations as possible.
We are blessed to have very small class sizes, and what that means is we are able to differentiate for each child what they need. One of the ways we differentiate our education here at Prince of Peace is through the materials. The materials we use to cover those standards and objectives have been thoroughly researched, and we go to find the best program that we can.
I think if I had to choose 3 things that made my classroom special, it would have to be the creativity of my lessons, the level of engagement from the students, and the high expectations set in the classroom. I decided to work in a Catholic environment as opposed to a public school because the faith here at Prince of Peace is unparalleled to anything else I've experienced. Going to Mass together as a class only helps instill the lessons that I'm trying to teach with the core subjects. So for example, if we're talking about the Civil War, I don't have to just teach them the facts. I can bring in the Catholic identity and talk about how all of us are made in God's image. And it brings a whole new level to talking about difficult issues.
Well, in 7th grade, a lot of times we try to emphasize when Jesus was on earth, right? It was radical and crazy, the things he was doing. And by the time you get to 7th grade, it's boring. And you've heard it since you were a baby. So we try to break through that and make it shocking again, and make it interesting. Because we want to emphasize they have to actually live their faith too. Right? It's great to know all about it, but when you go out in the world, when you go out to high school or wherever you go, if you're living the exact same way as everybody else, then we didn't quite do it. I always tell the 8th grade this, that it's like, I think, 1/3 of kids by the time they leave high school will no longer be believers in God, something like that. And so we try to prepare them now, kind of inoculate them against that, so that they're ready for when their faith is challenged, not just so they can go out and convert their friends, be like, hey, you know, oh, there's a series of causes and something had to start. No, okay, right, that's great. But if they know that there's good reasons why they believe, then I think they'll be less likely to doubt their faith.
Our parish school is the principal apostolate of Prince of Peace Catholic Church for the handing on of the Catholic faith in a rigorous intellectual environment. And I know parents make a lot of sacrifices, and not always with a lot of disposable income, so that these children can be a part of this tremendous experience that we have here. We have an incredible faculty here, and they have done so many things in the past and are continuing to do now in the present to bring the children to heights that they never thought that they were capable of. But that also means that there are lots of physical items in the life of the school that it's not just nice to have, but it allows us to go to the next level.
Yeah, seeing the benefit of a lot of the reasons why we chose Prince of Peace, being the small classrooms, the family environment, to keep all of this going obviously costs a lot of money, and sometimes tuition doesn't cover all of that. And so by volunteering and supporting the annual fund, it just, like Tiffany said, it helps it go to the next level. More people can benefit from it, and our kids continue not only just be here, but grow from everything at Prince of Peace and everything they have to offer.
I think the future of Prince of Peace is extremely bright. We have a strong leader who has a clear vision, who is faith-based, and who really wants to get to know the students and to be in the classrooms and to witness the awesome things that the teachers and students are doing in the classroom. The teachers feel extremely supported by our principal. He knows that we wear a lot of hats as teachers, and that sometimes it can be stressful. But he's there to help us and support us and not to add any extra work to our already busy days. And I think that the parents also really respect someone who wants to know their child as well.
I will be honest, the last couple of years have been a little bit stressful, but Mr. Cunningham has really infused the school with great ideas, enthusiasm. He will do anything to get the school where it needs to be. He will teach a class, he will sit at lunch, he will do whatever it takes, and it makes us want to do the same thing.
I did move across the country to come here. You know, it very much was a calling for me. It was a calling for me professionally, and it was a calling for me spiritually. This is my 26th year in private Catholic education. I think what sets Prince of Peace apart is the fact that it's such a strong reflection of its mission. And I think any school could kind of say that. But when Prince of Peace hangs its hat on having a very strong Catholic identity and very strong academics, I have seen no school like it. Well, it's a great honor for me to serve the faculty here. And to me, you know, when you'd think, okay, well, you know, the principal's at the top, the principal's the boss, you have to flip that upside down. I'm here to serve others. And we're only as good as what happens in our classrooms. And I taught for years and years, and I loved teaching, and I know how difficult it is and how challenging it is. And in time, how even more challenging it becomes with all of the things that are happening in society today. And I have a huge respect. I've told our faculty the greatest gift, one of the greatest gifts I have here is being able to go into classrooms and being a witness to them teaching. Because so many of them are able to do things that I was never able to do in the classroom. So to be able to help them become the very best that they can be is truly a blessing and an honor for me. Parents should expect that from me as the principal, that I'm going to do everything I can to make sure we're making decisions in the right way, that our parents are heard, that they're recognized as the primary educator of their child, that we are a community together that believes in a set of values in the Catholic faith and in education that we can partner with and really make decisions that are in the best interest of every child here. One of the great things about the annual fund, as far as participating as a parent, when you've got other things that you're contributing to as well, is that it's funds that are used directly for the benefit of students in distinct ways. And it could be for financial aid relief. It could be for building up our curriculum. It could be for our related arts programming. Our families will know that the funds that are being donated to the school as a part of the annual fund are going to something for very specific and have direct benefit on the students.
If you look at the annual fund form, you can designate not only the amount, but how you would like it to be used, like greatest need, or if you wanted to do specifically Chromebooks, you can opt for that. So you have a say in where your money's going to go, and we will honor that. As far as giving is concerned, it's very important that you not look at the dollar amount per se, because every little bit helps, and we want to encourage the spirit of giving. So we're demonstrating to the students and to our community that giving is an opportunity to create change, positive change.
Well, one great benefit of maximizing our participation and having 100% participation in our annual fund is our capacity then to seek other funds that might be out there. There are so many opportunities for grants that are out there, but they're going to be expecting that the community has done what it can to bring the funds in through an annual fund or through fundraising. And if we get 100% participation, we're going to be able to apply for grants. We're going to be able to seek other opportunities to bring revenue above and beyond that annual fund into the school that could benefit the future, and it can benefit us right here and now.
It's all about the students. It's all about the kids. And so as we do what is best for them, then we together have a partnership. When church, school, and home are all on the same page, and we're all working towards a common goal, and we share a common vision of how children can come alive in the Spirit, in truth, goodness, and beauty, then that partnership allows us to do great things. Our parishioners, and even people who aren't parishioners, who are just men and women of goodwill, who see what we do here, by being a part of this, both by their financial support, their support in prayers, their volunteering, it means that we are doing a tremendous work for the present of the life of the church, but also for the future. We're making sure that we form Catholic leaders and leaders for our country who are deeply moved by the Spirit and have those intellectual and moral tools in order to do great things for the future.